As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a team from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Nittany Lions will put total leather to crank us up. Fielded in the end zone, it's Butler. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the back. Nice move to pick up yardage. Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
That last chunk play is one that'll really put a drive on the move. It's 1st and 10 from the 43. To the ground. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. A 3rd and long coming up here. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. The back goes in motion. On 3rd down, going up top. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll go to the ground. At the 35, he's loose. Can anyone catch him? Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And he was held in check in game 1, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Buys a little time with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
He wants to throw. That's caught. It's Smith. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy, first on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. A linebacker, a safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving the ball in the backfield.
People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conference.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Texas. And he's going to run it back. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Manning. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the right. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Touchdown, Penn State. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
These guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Texas. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Those horns are up, and they are sharp in the running game.
Yeah, just pounding the rock, playing physical. And I think when you think about great Texas teams, you probably think about the running game, the physicality. And I could go through so many backs with Cedric Benson and Ricky Williams and all those guys that, and just recently Bijan Robinson, high draft picks, really, really good running backs.
On the run, it's Gibson. Sweet cut there. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking for a man. It's Manning. He's got his man. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Penn State 14, Texas 0.
Running backs on either side of the quarterback.
Here we go.
To the ground with the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They'll pass on the 48-yard field goal attempt and instead try to pick up the first down. They'll put the tight end in motion. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
Feeling some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. Fires downfield. Complete to the left. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you... aim it, you really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do. But over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And they get a sack there from the linebacker position. There you have it. Linebacker U. This is Penn State defense as we know it. LeVar Arrington, Micah Parsons, Navarro Bowman, Sean Lee. Every year it seems like they're pumping another dude into the NFL. And
it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Looking for more room. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Really tough on an offense. Third and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
Complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. Got his man on the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert third and short. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. It's fourth down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. On the move. Discards a man. And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop. From that spot on the field, it almost takes the decision out of there. You almost have to go for it.
Well, you think about what punting gives you. Punting, you could end up with 15, 20 yards. That would be awful. So you have to go for it. Put your offense on the field. Listen, this is the situations where you trust your offense. If you want to score a lot of points and you want to listen to analytics, you absolutely go for this.
Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
And it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into. And when he caught it, making him feel you.
Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it then.
The Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it falls incomplete, and the offense. To have it. Defender right there, almost had it in his grasp.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Finds the tight end. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. He's going to throw deep right side. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. He's open on the right. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw it on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Going for the return. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. One more snap coming before halftime. The give is to Smith. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Penn State 14, Texas 7.
The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half.
Texas.
Fair catch called for and made. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Pulls it in, it's Brown. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver there. With the completion, he turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
Off play action on 1st down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Firing to the right, complete. On the move is the 30. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
We've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Grab near the marker. It's Ray. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Number 82.
one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Butler. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
Will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
First down here for the offense. On the ground, it's Alexander. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Second and very short here for the offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Makes his man miss. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Now on first down from the 28. Looking to move it through the air. He lofts one down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Second down coming up. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. He wants to throw. Finds his tight end. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
And the Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll give it to the back. Nothing but got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he put an exclamation point on that drive with a 29-yard touchdown. They're lining up to boot it away.
Set to kick this one away. Texas.
He'll bring it out. It's Butler. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Yeah, this offense has got to find a way to get some gimmies, some layups, some screens. They need some yak, some yards after the catch. They got to find some guys that can make some plays for this offense because it's just boom or bust. There's not a lot of consistency. They got to put some 1st downs together, put some drives together, be more consistent.
From the gun, the ground game. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Dropping back, it's Manning. He fires one deep over the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
And I get it. At this point in the 2nd half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And the pummeling has started.
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback checking off. Back to throw. It's Manning. He uncorks one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. The quarterback would love to have that throw back, but at least he'll brag that he overthrew that dude.
my arm strength is elite. You see that? I can overthrow guys that can run like that. Yeah, that's probably not what's coming to mind, but, man, you just want to put it out there. Maybe put a little bit more air underneath it. Not a lot more when you got a guy that fast, but, man, that's probably one he wants back.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message, going for it this close to his own end zone. On 4th down, going to the air. Fires to the right. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. Runs through a tackle. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Penn State 35, Texas 7.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. They'll run the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside contained. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
Penn State 38, Texas 7.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
Texas.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards. The Longhorns in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he's still running after the move. And he's running in the open. He's at the 10. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's perfect. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Bluff City behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Arkansas State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Still running at the 40. Got a lot of running room. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, a quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. From the gun, running back gets to give. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on.
Got enough space. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Penn State! And the stomping has commenced.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Penn State 45, Texas 14.
Oh, he's going to take a chance. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Lost one deep down the right side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Wants to throw. It's Manning. Coming after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards pass.
Got his man in the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. It's complete on the right side. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it up at 29. And the Longhorns want to move quickly.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the 1st down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
But trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Give to the running back. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And the ball is picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Heat up them pass rushers, bringing them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Now on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can turn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Leaves it with the running back. Open space at the 25. Running toward the tape. He's at the 40.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us.